Okay, guys, great job. Y'all did awesome today with that. So as we come back together, we've talked a lot about some really cool things in our group, and I just wanted to kind of open it up. I know in our groups we have picked some reporters. Now, if you are one of my fishbowl reporter friends, raise your hand. Okay, awesome, great job. So now remember, for that, I want my groups to really be listening to my reporters in the middle, so you can learn some great things, okay? Because we're all going to be respectful, we're going to listen, and then at the end we can ask some respectful questions. So show me what it means to be a good listener. Show me real quick. That's right, hands and laps. Eyes are wide and open, and we've got listening ears on. Okay, good job. So right now, I want Van's group to come on up. Who's my reporters for Van? It was Van and Tegan. I've actually got your graphic organizers. You want to come in the middle, and you can have a seat. And y'all are going to quickly just tell us some of the things that you talked about. Now, that's one of the texts that you were looking at with this text. Remember, you were going to be identifying some similarities and some differences. So real quick, Philip, take a scooch back so your friends behind you can see. I want you to, y'all go ahead and tell us, what were some things that you noticed that you identified about these two texts?
We identified there was these ones are the same, like.
So for your friends that can't see your graphic organizers, he's pointing to the word teddy bear. So their topic was about was about toys and games. So they were looking at this text that talked about toys and games. They were identifying that, and then compared to this, which we all are familiar with long ago and today. So they identified that in both of the texts there were teddy bears. So in both of these texts it talked about teddy bears. What about you, Tegan?
We was looking at in that book. We saw Legos and a bear.
So that she also saw bears, but she's pointing to the word Lego. So she's talking about in this book, guys, they identified that they were playing with Legos. Do you remember one way that we were identifying what we were using? The I Spy Eyes, right? And we identified that this book was talking about Legos, but did this book have that, Tegan?
No.
No, so that was a difference. Everybody give our fishbowl reporters a big air high five. So that was something. Okay, y'all go back real quickly. Let's have some of my friends, Annabella. Let's have your group. So Annabella, let's have these real quick. And Juliet and Sweet Hazel. Please stop. That's not an air high five. I think you made a little contact on that one. Okay, so real quick, girls, Loud and Proud. They talked about home. This book was specifically talking about home then and now, and they were comparing it to this text long ago and today. So this group was identifying things that were the same and different. So who wants to start us off, guys? Remember, if you're listening, you're listening to my reporters, hearing what they had to say. Yes, ma'am.
I noticed that the cooking was different, and that they had to put a fire and then put a pot in it.
So she's saying that she noticed, or what else could we say, Annabella? Instead of notice, could we say identify? Very good. She said in this text, boys and girls, they identified that they were cooking with a pot and they had to put it over fire in a stove. And then also, guess what? Did we also see that in this story too? Yeah. Kendall's shaking her head, and guys, y'all all know in this story it said that as well, right? So those are both the same. So practice with me. Practice with me, Annabella. These texts are the same because they both what?
Cook, but they're not exactly the same.
Yes, they're not exactly the same, but they're pretty much the same. They both cooked with the fire and the pots, right? Very good. What else did you notice, Julia? What did you identify in these stories? Here, scoot back and listen. Because y'all did a great job. And y'all, this group, they were using these awesome wiki sticks, right? And we use these And who else in their group used Wiki Sticks? Oh yeah, a lot of y'all did. These were awesome. And so you could identify. So Juliet, can you tell us something that you identified on your paper? You got lots of great information. Over here, I see that it says, it has a pencil, like a crayon, and then over here, you've written the word photo. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Listen, make sure you're listening. So, Juliet identified that this text was different because there were photographs, and this text was different because it was drawn or illustrations. Everybody give them a big air high five. Good job, girls. You may go back. And last but not least, I have my group of Rowan and Kaysen. Come on up real quick, boys. Yes. I know y'all are eager to share. For my fishbowl reporters. Now remember, part of the fishbowl is you are listening from the outside in at everything they have to say. So make sure you are. And guys, whoa, Rowan. Oh, okay, so you're ready. Okay, so guys, they were talking about school, and this was very similar to the book that we modeled and did the example with as a group. So real quickly, boys, tell us, what did you notice? What did you identify about this? Tell our friends, what did your group notice or identify? Look on your paper.
We identified books.
Books. Oh, I love it. Now, be more specific. Books and desks. Okay, so Kaysen, you actually wrote the words, and you did as well, Rowan, and you drew the picture, books and desks. So, talk to me a little bit about that. When we read the story and you were flipping through, you noticed that this story had what? Books and desks. And did this story also have books and desks? Yes, so both of the texts, guys, look, these, say them with me, guys. These texts are the same because... Oh, Juliet just said it. She beat you to it. They both had books and desks, right? And there were other things that were the same. Can you tell me one thing that you noticed that was different about them?
One was
Drawn,
and one was taken by a photograph.
Very good. So like the other groups, y'all also identified that one of them was drawn or illustrated and then one of them was a picture. That's awesome. Great job, boys. I think y'all did awesome. Give them a big air high five as well. Okay, now real quick, boys and girls, quickly circle back up where you were at. I want to talk about something before we wrap it up all together. Okay, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Look real quick, guys. Okay, listen. Nope, I want you over here next to me, buddy. You're going to be my helper. Come help me. Shh, Rowan. Okay, so look. So real quick, guys, I want you to think about all of our great experiences that we had today. When we were on our gallery walk, and when we were playing I Spy with my little eye, with our small group games, and all of that great stuff. Boy, am I so glad that I know that skill, because if somebody was absent or had to check out and they wanted to know that, then I could be able to tell them. I could help them identify. Comparing, I could tell them the similarities and the difference between those two texts, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to think back to our I can statement. I've got it right here. I can identify the similarities and differences between two texts on the same topics. Can you do this now, boys and girls?
Yes.
Yes, I believe you can. I want you on your, and it's already at your table, your ticket out the door, boys and girls, is to tell me why it's important that we learn that skill. I already told you my reason why I think it's important, because if somebody was absent and I wanted to tell them. But I want you to think about, why do we need to know this skill? Why is it important that you can be able to to tell your friends how to do this. What would you use it for? So connect it to something in your life, okay? You can use pictures. I want you to try to write words and explain to me why you need to know this skill, okay?
You know what?
Quietly tiptoe back to your table and finish it for me. And